So this is the final video. This is us leaving Torroella. Just to jump to the end, the reason why this is the final video is because of such heavy rain. The rain on the camera, I wasn't going to get good footage. The day after this, we spent in Bilbao to surprise our friend for her birthday. And then the day after that, we rode to Santander to get the ferry home. In this video, you get to see a couple of knocks to my confidence, which has made editing this video a little bit difficult, which is why it's taken so long to get this done. I have never experienced fog like this before, and it gave me total Silent Hill vibes, which was creepy in itself. This is a nice visual of how damp the fog is, really. Saw a lot of people that did not have their fog lights on. As Stefan went past, he kept flashing at them, and you can see here when they get turned on. This is just us filling up. We stopped here, had a break, coffee, snack, watched MotoGP. It was Friday, so it was just a free practice, but it is still a good excuse to stop. We'd only ridden a couple of hours at this point, but you need to take regular breaks, or at least I do. I'm not very good with certain things on my bike. One of them is manoeuvring it around. I was in a spot, there was no way I was going to be able to wheel that backwards, so Stefan took the opportunity to advise me how to use the weight to my advantage. The sun was shining at this point, and I was feeling a bit more optimistic since we were out of the fog. This is in Sevilla. I didn't really know what was going on here. I hadn't realised where we were going, and it happened to be market day, which made it difficult for Stefan to navigate where we were going to. So this was a massive adventure, and looking back, it was a learning experience. It highlighted some things, but that did not make me feel good. This is knock one to my confidence of the day, and despite the fact I have done training with myself to overcome how I felt at this point, this still makes me feel very uncomfortable. I am not good, or at least was not, on gradients, and that is what happens. I was not very good at using the gradients to my advantage, so I was constantly working against myself and putting myself in uncomfortable positions where I would end up dropping the bike. So at this point of the adventure, I was confused because this is not the normal kind of terrain that I would be riding on. It was very off-roady, and here is knock two to my confidence of the day. Seeing and rewatching this brings up the exact feelings that I had in that moment, and it is uncomfortable. And I chose to leave this bit in because I was very overwhelmed, overstimulated, and felt pretty rubbish about myself. So Stefan finally found the way there, and I still hadn't worked out that we were looking for the Marc and Alex Marquez factory in their hometown. I don't think my footage or my photos that I have put in do this justice. The views on these roads were beautiful. I just spent a lot of time terrified of the roads because they felt quite narrow. The corners felt a little bit tighter, and at some points it felt like they were steep drops beside me. And with the two bike drops knocking my confidence, I feel like I really did miss out on some of this beauty. My body carried a lot of tension through this. My shoulders were quite sore from just being so tense and clinging onto the handlebars, which isn't the best riding style. But look at that river down beside me. I knew it was beautiful, but I was so terrified of it. This bridge, I was terrified crossing it. I kept looking straight and just moving my eyeballs to look around because it was such an amazing view. Just look at those clouds and look at the contrast as well. Editing this was not fun. I cannot tell you how many times I watched it trying to capture the lightning. I knew it was there, I just really struggled, and my eyes felt like squares afterwards. So we ended in Pamplona, and when we went into the town for dinner, I had a bit of a death wobble on the roundabout, which knocked my confidence yet again. Anyway, on this day we did about 345 miles from Torroella to Pamplona. Thank you for putting up with me on yet another video, and I'm sorry I whined so much about knocked my confidence, but we are in a much better place on the bike these days.